What if the United Kingdom and Canada were the only two countries in the world that you needed to make your decision now? Welcome back, guys. Let me give you guys a rundown of what we've talked about so far. For people who are just joining us now, we have been talking about Canada and the UK and comparing different aspects of living in both countries. So we've talked about cost of living, when it comes to like groceries. We've talked about transportation, and we have talked about like general shopping experience when you're talking about fashion items or shopping in general. Yeah, and I think these are the three things we've mentioned. Yeah, so if you want to know my points on that, you can check the videos before this one. There is a whole lot of things to cover, which is why I didn't want to do this in one video, because I don't want to bore you guys. Okay, and so I'm breaking it down into various parts and just dissecting and butchering everything that I think that I can remember, so that whoever is thinking to make that decision or make that move can have the information they need based on my experience. And I also need to mention in this video that I'm comparing cities, two cities that are not so expensive in both countries. So when I lived in the UK, I lived around South Yorkshire, Sheffield, Rotherham, and yeah, and I'm going to be comparing that experience to living in Winnipeg, Manitoba here. Now, these two places are places that are not so expensive. In Canada, Manitoba is not expensive, and in the UK, living in Sheffield is not that expensive. I mean, it's more expensive than some places, but on the average, you will not compare it to somewhere like London or somewhere like Oxford, right? Yeah, and here in Canada, you cannot compare living in Manitoba to living in Vancouver, that is in British Columbia, or in Ottawa or Toronto, that is in Ontario, right? Those are more expensive places. So I'm just using these two places that are not so expensive in both countries to compare, so that you have an idea. Okay, and yeah, like I mentioned, we'll be talking about, first let's talk about in this video, let's talk about how immigrants are welcomed, or how immigrants settle, how easy it is to settle in Canada compared to how easy it is to settle in the UK, right? And yeah, I'm going to tell you guys my experience, so stay tuned. Now, when we moved to the UK, that was in January of 2021, right? It wasn't so easy. I mean, now you have more information. You have a lot of YouTube channels that give you like a breakdown of step-by-step process that you can do to settle in. And even at that, it's still not easy for some people, right? Now it's not lack of information. Most of the things, or most of what makes immigrants not so settled in a place, is the way they are received, right? Now in the UK, the average British person is not very receptive to an immigrant. They smile, as in that big smile is still there, right? But there's always this perception like you're coming to take their land, or you're coming to enjoy their resources, and you're going to deprive them of all the benefits, stuff like that. There's always that. I mean, for some people, you might say, oh, it's just in your mind, but this is the general notion, right? There are some people that have met nice people. You meet nice people. I had a very good experience in the UK, right? But it doesn't take that fact away from the whole thing, that when you come to the UK, it's like they're protective. Some people are like that. You go to a certain space, and some people like to protect their space and see you like you're coming to take what belongs to them. And especially because, like right now, the whole population thing in the UK, the nationals feel like, oh, you're depriving them of health services, you're putting pressure on NHS. If you guys were not coming in, this won't be happening, so they already see it like you're coming to take stuff from them, you're coming to deprive them and all that. And so that puts there's that push, there's that you're not so welcome vibe you can get in the UK. But it's different in Canada. Like The moment you touch down Canada, or the moment we touch down Canada, everybody is like, when you tell people you're new, they're like, oh, welcome to Canada. And a lot of it is because there are lots of immigrants in Canada, and it's not just from Africa. So you still have, you think you've seen immigrants from Africa. Wait till you see the ones from India. You see even from America, because I mean they're close. Some people just, you know, commute back and forth and stuff like that. So they're from all over. Most people you see have immigrated to this country. So there's that, we're all immigrants. Okay, come and hustle your hustle. Everybody knows this not be my land, right? Everybody has that, this is not my place, I'm an immigrant here. Oh, you're coming for your, this is your first time or you're new here. Everybody's smiling, welcoming you. Even the nationals, like the Canadians, are also nice. Although some people who have had personal relationships will tell you that sometimes their smile too that's fake, as that that's the one you see in the UK. But generally, I think that settling in here as an immigrant is easier and faster. Also, they have like various establishments set up to help you settle. Like in this Manitoba alone, there are a lot. There are organizations, government organizations, right, that will talk to you about job opportunities, help you with your CV, you know, tell you about places you can get stuff, ask you or tell you things about how you can get schools for your children, you know, give you that information that you don't have when you're new here. Yes, there's a lot of stuff like that. But in the UK, it's not so much, right? You will do the things yourself, except you have friends that give you this information. A lot of people get the information from the internet, from YouTube, right? Whereas here, they're looking out for you. Oh, if you tell someone you're new, have you checked out this organization? Have you checked out this organization? Maybe they will help you. You should reach out to them. And when you call them, they actually help you with information, right? They can enroll you for a course, they can enroll you for a training. Now, when I say for a training, I mean like telling you what is obtainable in your community, the things that are available. They will ask you, okay, do you have issues with food? They'll tell you where you can get food. They'll tell you the places that you can drop your CV, or the online platforms that there are for maybe like trainings for newcomers. They'll tell you the benefits that you're entitled to as a newcomer, stuff like that. So they give you this information, right? Of course, you still have to do your own due diligence to get all the information that you require. But on the average, welcoming immigrants is, you have that welcome that as a newcomer you need. You have it more here than in the UK. But when it comes to that, you cannot even, you're not even reach Canada anywhere when it comes to immigrants settling in. We're keeping it short and sweet, so we'll end this video now. If you have not subscribed, click on the subscribe button, click on your notification bell so that you're notified when I talk about the next topic. I know, guys, this might be taking too long. I'm trying to break everything. I'm not trying to, you know, overload you with information. I'm just trying to break this down as best as I can so that you can understand it and digest it one at a time. Okay, so if you have anyone who is looking to move from one of these countries to the other one, send this video to them. Please like this video, as doing that will help the channel, and I'll appreciate it. And if you'd like to see my video again, see my face again, please subscribe to the channel. I will see you guys in the next video. Until then, bye guys.